Hello and welcome back to Air Crash Chronicles, the channel that brings you the most in-depth investigations into aviation disasters. Today we are taking a closer look at JetBlue Flight 291. The incident took place September 21, 2005. The summary of the crash was front undercarriage malfunction. Aircraft type was Airbus A320-232. The aircraft name was Canyon Blue. Operator JetBlue. Registration N536JB. Flight origin Bob Hope Airport, Burbank. Destination John F. Kennedy Airport. There were 140 passengers on the plane and 6 crew members. Fortunately, there were no fatalities and no injuries at all. Today we are taking a closer look at JetBlue Flight 292, which made an emergency landing at Los Angeles International Airport in 2005. The flight was en route from Burbank, California to New York City when the pilots noticed a problem with the landing gear. The front wheels were turned sideways and would not retract, leaving the plane with only the rear wheels for landing. This was a serious issue that could have led to a catastrophic crash, if not handled properly. The crew immediately began troubleshooting the problem, but it quickly became clear that they would not be able to fix it in mid-air. They contacted air traffic control and began preparing for an emergency landing. As the plane circled above LAX, passengers and crew members braced themselves for impact. Emergency services were on standby, ready to respond in case of a crash. Meanwhile, investigators were already beginning to piece together what had gone wrong. One of the main factors that contributed to the landing gear malfunction was a design flaw in the aircraft's hydraulic system. These had been identified by Airbus, the manufacturer of the plane, but hadn't been addressed by JetBlue or the FAA. Thankfully, the crew was able to make a successful emergency landing with no injuries to any of the 146 passengers or crew members on board. However, the incident highlighted the importance of proper maintenance and safety protocols in aviation. We remembered the heroic efforts of the pilots and crew members who kept their cool under pressure and safely landed the plane. Our hearts go out to all those who were affected by this terrifying incident. Fortunately, no one has died. There were no fatalities on this air crash. Most of the times we tell you about the air crashes that led to many fatalities, but that is so heartwarming when there are no victims at all. Passengers began to disembark less than 7 minutes later. The landing was smooth and no physical injuries were reported. The aircraft was evacuated via an airport steerage vehicle, as opposed to evacuation slides typically used in an emergency situation. The NTSB report says that worn-out seals were to blame for the malfunction. PSCU system contributed to the problem. The NTSB reported that Airbus had since upgraded the system to take care of the problem. Following the incident, the aircraft was repaired and returned to service, still bearing the name Canyon Blue. The flight route designation for JetBlue's flights from Burbank to New York was changed from 292 to 358.